Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the UX. I'm Alexander Hong. Today, we're inviting a special guest. Sitting across me is June, who is a computer scientist from Korea. But not only he is a expert in computer science, but also a core member in the backend development of Ethereum, aka as we know crypto. And I remember that day when we met was in the hostel of Al Cafate, but we barely spoke because I was busy heading to Ushuaia for my solo trip. But after that, we linked up via Instagram, and turns out we both are diehard fans of sports. So I'm very glad to invite him to my channel. And in today's episode, we'll discuss, in the lens of a computer scientist, how he sees sport, how he regards the rules of the game, and we're going to also discuss about sports in Korea. What's their narrative? What's their identity? So, without further ado, let's welcome June. We welcome June to our channel. And June, I remember last time we met was in December. So, how is it going, man? Is everything all right?
Yeah, so I think so far so good for me. I'm doing great time in New York, enjoying my life. And yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna go to Texas, just for a personal trip, and I'm doing some road trip there and visiting baseball stadium, which will be our today's topic right now. Yeah.
It's awesome that we both vibe on baseball, and especially the finishing WBC has just wrapped up. It's a very mass topic in Taiwan and I believe in Korea too. What's your take on this tournament, especially the Korean baseball team?
As a Korean baseball fan, seeing WBC was like there was a good and bad things seeing the baseball game, because at first time Korean team didn't do very good. So Taiwan defeats Korea at the second game in the league, but we played to win Australia, and there's a very very small chances to advance the tournament. And I saw all the game all the games live, and the last game, not the Dominican game, but the last game in the league was so superb. So it was a miracle, and we finally did it. And yeah, I was so excited after the game for a while. But the Dominican Republic, they just made so we are all cooked up by the Dominicans, batters and pitchers. So yeah, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, for sure. Dominican Republic is hell of a team, man. Heavy hitters from this tournament. So I think if our national team get inside facing Dominican Republic, the result will be the same. We'll be cooked too, bro. So no worries. But the most impressive things in this tournament is actually the team Taiwan playing Team Korea. It's such a exciting game, and I didn't expect that the game will be so close. And turns out we beat you guys, and um, I'm so curious about how Korean media or a Korean citizen or you, June, as a normal citizen in Korea, how do you view this game? How do you view Taiwanese baseball right now?
Yeah, so before I get into this podcast, I researched some of the last games with Taiwan, and I found that Taiwan is doing much better than Korea because these days they are doing really great. So I was really surprised about the pitcher in Taiwan team. So the starting pitcher at the last WBC was Gurin Luyang. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Yeah, and he's doing is doing really great. So the Korean batter cannot touch his ball.
Yeah, I think the game was dominated by Guling Weiyang and players like Sun Yilei. Those pitcher, especially younger Taiwanese pitcher, actually showing their potential. There are actually a bunch of them are now developing in the minor leagues, double A and triple A. It's a strength, especially in this WBC tournament, and it's quite surprising because last tournament, WBC as we played, our pitcher strength isn't that good, isn't that dominant. So I wonder, like, do you think the both way as me? Like, you feel Taiwanese pitcher are getting better in those recent years?
If we say pitchers, I think Taiwan is doing much better than us. Yeah, I'm feeling jealous about the Taiwanese pitchers.
Yeah. So The domestic baseball in Korea, which is named KBO, is one of the world's biggest league. I would say, if you take in consider of the talent wise and the population, the viewership, and which I noticed is that so Major League is the best league as we know, right? So the second one will be the Japanese MPB, and people consider the third or fourth one will be like either Mexican or KBO. So would you consider the baseball alongside football is the most famous sport in Korea currently that could draw the most audience in the baseball stadium or on the live stream?
Yeah, that's a very great question. So I would say it's beyond a game because I think it's one of the most important cultural movement right now in Korea. So let's say baseball. Baseball league is yeah is gaining much more popularity these days. So let's say some numbers. So last year there was a total 12 million people coming into the baseball stadium to see Korean baseball league game. So I think it's more than a game because people are watching sports game together, like with friend, with family, or uh, with the loves.
So we couldn't take away that Korean is a global power in terms of marketing their influence on whether K-pop or on foods, K-drama. So those elements uh, actually catalyst the culture of chimek, which is bringing beers and fried chicken inside the stadium and sharing all those foods with friends and families. What does that mean to you? And there's also a situation now in Taiwan, which I would say dated back to 2012. Prior to 2012, there's no cheerleading in Taiwanese baseball. Actually, we have people who drums there, people who shouts there. It's a loud place, but it's not like so crowded compared to current Taiwanese baseball. After 2012, uh, there's a there's actually a team called Taoyuan. They went to Korea and integrate their cheerleading system. So uh, after that in Taiwan, when people go watch the baseball game, they had cheerleader next to their side. And the positive thing is to bring many fans and draw many fans into the game, which boosts uh, the ticket and the viewership in Taiwan. Before, I'm not a fan of it, but nowadays I can see the impact on the game of baseball, especially the market. And I'm curious, what's your take on it?
Yes, for sure. We cannot talk about the baseball culture without chimek. So apart from the chimek, we have a lot of options that we can take. Like there's a cold noodles. It's very famous in all the ballpark. And yes, and also you mentioned cheerleading culture, and I'm also a big fan of cheerleading culture because, as you said, it attracts a lot of publics into baseball stadium, right? Because they want to release their stress, like by singing along in the crowd, singing all the anthem for the each baseball team, which they think they are very proud of.
There's a very interesting question I always want to ask you about is in your childhood or in your memories, recent memories, is there a game that you'll probably never forget and it really means to you?
Mm. If we scope down this game into baseball, I would say the the final game in Olympic in 2008 is the series that Korean baseball national team wins all the game and get the gold medal. And the final game is still playing in YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. Korean fans are really proud of the result in 2008. And at that time, I was really small. I was a child, but I remember the vibe with my family watching the final game, and yeah, father and I still talk about that memory these days because these days Korean baseball team are not good as that time.
So I would love to share with you of my game is actually I think all of the Taiwanese will have the same answer as me. The game was in 2013 with Japan during WBC, and in that tournament, we basically have all of the best player we could recruit, including Chen Ming Wang, Hong Chi Guo, all those like players who've been performed very well in MLB before. And I remember that game. We're so close to beat Japan in the high stage of the tournament, which is insane to me. And so I remember that day I was around like 14 or 15. There's a big plaza. Many people went there. I think probably 100 people went there. And there's a big monitor on it. People are watching. And what frustrated us the most is we actually just lost in a strike. We nearly beat Japan actually. And yeah, it's very frustrating. I still remember I'm after the game I'm sobbing with all of those people and I barely sleep that night. So yeah, so it's kind of like a nightmare for me. The following topic will be the most important topic in this episode. Uh, we're going to discuss about the automation of the baseball game, or in terms of all the sports game. And as you know, we're in the tech era right now. There's a bunch of sport implemented the technology to optimize the game. And in tennis, you got the Hawkeye. In let's say like volleyball or badminton or table tennis, you can challenge a point, a serve. And in terms of baseball, there's always a discussion about should we challenge a ball strike, and it's quite controversial right now because if you don't implement it, the system actually there's so many controversial game that could happen. As we saw in the semifinal of WBC, the DR lost to the US in the last call, and people are furious about it. But there are some voices that suggest you shouldn't challenge ball strike, which is against the or contradict the nature of umpires. And it's a it's actually a big leap for KBO to implement the ball strike system prior to MLB in 2024. And I'm curious, what's your take on that, June?
Yeah, so I think those tools are really great because they get rid of some kind of human mistakes that can intervene into the play game, right? So ABS is one of the best example that I can take, and I'm really glad that those science and technology is helping those sports be much better right now. Before getting into my personal opinion, I would like to note about the result in survey from KBO about this ABS system. A couple of years ago, KBO applied ABS very eagerly in the game, and overall community or overall public opinion is really satisfactory about those kind of technologies applied to the game. Like 88% of people are really feeling great about those ABS system. And personally, I'm also into that because I think we should separate between being a human and the incorrect things like mistakes. So we don't want to see. I don't want to see mistakes change all those flow of the game. And it's just a one single mistake from an umpire can decide the game or finish the game.
Do you think like the advanced technology in Korea development right now uh, could have impact those mindset of Korean, which thinks the game should be fair, or do you think it's more like a common sense right now in baseball?
Oh yeah, definitely. People think most of people think technology is good because we gain a lot of benefits from the recent technology improvement. Korean people prioritize the fairness of the game because of some. I think it's also comes from some nationality and those kind of science and technology gives much more fairness in the game. So people cannot argue with the machine, including me. People really like those kind of system right now. In KBO, all those decision for strike and ball is all automatic. So the batter or catcher don't have to challenge about the decision from the umpire. I think this kind of change makes the game much smoother because there's no time slot. Fans are really satisfied about the decision. Yeah.
June, you yourself as a computer scientist, how do you view sports in the system of CS thinking?
Mm. Yeah, so the ultimate goal of the computer science is finding the best solution for a specific situation. And I think there are a lot of situations or possible outcomes in baseball, let's say. And as the AI is going much better, I think we can predict the next moment by the current situation based on all the statistics and data science. And I think the accuracy of current AI prediction is not that great in baseball, but I believe and I'm quite optimistic that if the accuracy of AI prediction gets much better, we can utilize much better in broadcasting those games with the AI prediction. I think that will make fans more engaged in the game because they want to predict the next outcome as well.
So I remember that during my college time, I was on a project in regards of the VR and AR of baseball. So we had an outsource of the other tech company who produced the VR visualized classes for players. So we implemented their machine to our school and letting players to experience the hitting via VR and AR. The time was took place in 2019, so all the ideas are quite fresh, quite new, and I wonder that in 2026, after let's say 7 years, it's a big progress now in terms of the advancement of VR, AR, or and artificial intelligence. So, is there any technology concept that interested you that could perhaps integrate it in baseball?
So one of my CS professor talks that the best concept in computer science is the abstraction, and the spreadsheet is the very complex behind the scene. So as a scientist, I think we should abstract those spreadsheet into a single number. So I think like the statistics like WRC plus or like the WAR is the one of the best example that I can take, and with those statistics that are represented by a single number, I think the fans can engage more and evaluate a player more accurate with the statistics.
So, as you mentioned, the prediction is happening in all realm of sport. And what fascinates me is nowadays, actually, we can see on many games broadcast, they'll show a graph for two teams, and the prediction of the winning possibility would fluctuate uh, when the games flow. So, so it's already utilized in nowadays sport. And as long as we discuss about prediction, I'm thinking the direction of developing the prediction concept shouldn't be just focused on the competition, but on other topics, sort of like sports medical will be good.
Yes, that will be a great breakthrough because it also improves the overall game quality. Last time I visited the Citi Field, which is the home of the New York Mets, and I was really disappointed that I cannot see Juan Soto because he is injured. So, yeah, if we predict in the medical field, I think players can engage in the game much eagerly based on this medical prediction.
So another topic I want to discuss about is football, which in recent years the Korean football has really took a boost from that alongside Japan. I would say the two best team nowadays in Asia are Japan and Korea. As stars like Seong Kye Min, as I saw his advertisement everywhere, in the subway, in the bank, in like everywhere, even in the trash can. So it's quite a big influence. So I'm curious about, do those star players, let's say Seong Kye Min or Ji-Sung Park, um, truly affect Korean football to boost?
So as you mentioned, there's a very famous stars like Ji-sung Park or Son Heung-min in Korea, and their base is all in the streets. So yeah, I think I should start with Ji-sung Park. He is the very first player doing really great in Premier League. And starting from him, there are a lot of football players challenging to the much broader world, like Premier League or Germany or France. Players that are doing great in Europe made the overall quality of the national team much better these days. And I think the same thing is happening in Japan's national team because there are like 1,000 players, thousands of tennis players in Europe these days, and based on those European experience from those players, they can bring a much better culture or much better system to our Korean team. And yeah, I think that's the main reason of the recent progress in Korean football.
And I think everyone in the world couldn't forget the game in the World Cup 2018, the group stage game, Korea versus Germany. And June, can you walk us through what happened?
Yeah, so that was 2018, and I was a freshman in the university. So we borrowed an empty classroom at that time and ordered chicken and beers because that's the culture of the Korean. And although we didn't expect that we can defeat Germany, because as you mentioned, it's like a David and Goliath game. We were David, and that Germany was Goliath. But we had a little hope that we can just tie with Germany so that we don't get a shame in the global field. Yeah, as you know very well, we defeated after the extra time, like after the 90 minutes. We scored a couple of goals to Germany after after blocking a lot of shootings from Germany players. And yeah, even though we couldn't advance to the next round, we always talk about that game when we remember like 10 years ago. And yeah, that was a miracle. And we really love watching the football game. And yeah.
Another game I want to mention is in the last World Cup tournament when Korea plays against Portugal, and almost at the last minutes, the Korean scores the equalizer to equalize the score against Portugal. And I saw that whole game, the full match, and I was quite moved by the Korean player, especially Song, because I knew that he was a bit injured on his nose, so he put a black mask on it. Although he's not in a good condition with his physique, yet he is so aggressive in the game, and he runs like 10K in the games. So it's quite touching for me. And I think we couldn't shy away from Korean football for their playing style, which is quite aggressive. And so, as you know, Ji-Sung Park, when he used to play with Manchester United in 07, 08, his nickname was like Three Lungs. So he isn't let's say, a pure talent technical player, yet a very diligent, hardworking, aggressive player who marks players down as playing defense. I'm assuming the playing style of Ji-Sung Park could perhaps represent the identity of Korean football. Don't you think, Jun?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think as you mentioned, Ji-sung Park, he brought some kind of humbleness in Korean team. Although he was the most famous player in the team, Korean people love the story of overcoming the adversity. So you mentioned Heung-min Son has injured in his face. But the last assist was goated. It was legendary, and people love that story. So Heung-min Son was not that good at that time because he injured, but he finally did it. He runs like 13 kilometer every game, like Jisung Park, and he has a lot of sprints, although he is very tired at the end of the game. And you also would remember the game with Germany that Heung-min Son scored the last goal after sprinting like the full stadium. I think those kind of play makes Korean team, as you said, much more humble, aggressive, and eager.
So when it comes to a talent figure that dominate the game, or let's say becoming a star player, especially if you're Asian, it's actually a very good representation of the continent. And as you and me, June, living in Asia, um, we couldn't take away that Otani did. Especially all those years, the beef with Korea and Japan in terms of sport. But as Taiwanese, we consider him as a baseball god, and I don't know, do Korean people like admire him too?
Yeah, yeah, that's same here for me. And uh, actually, the Korean people really love Otani, including me. I also have the Dodgers jersey for Otani. I'm so jealous to Japanese these days. But in the other side, it's really, as you said, it's really fulfilling to break all those records as a pitcher and as a batter. It's crazy. A couple of weeks ago, I also went to the Washington Nationals game, and I achieved one of my bucket list, seeing Otani hitting a home run. Yeah.
The ultimate question, June. I wanted to rebuttal in retrospect the question I asked you in terms of computer science is that if you're the leader of the computer scientists, you got unlimited resource money for doing a project, what would it be and why?
Yeah, so I think the environment that you suggested is one of the dream that every computer scientist have. And if I can, if those things are on my hand, I think I can build a new universe, like digital twin universe. Fan can engage in the game in the different aspects. So what I want to say was we can analyze all this past data, if we can think of that if Babe Ruth is in the current MLB, how can he play? So I think those kind of AI technology and data science can revive him and compete with Otani or Aaron Judge. I think we can easily build those kind of system with this cutting edge technology.
Yeah, so thank you, June, for coming to our episode, sharing such insightful information. And we're very happy and glad to hear your point of view. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex, for having me. And I was really, I really enjoyed our conversation. And I believe the science and technology can improve the sports much better in many other aspects. We can add more fairness. We can pace up the speed of the game, and etc. So I also hope my son and grandson will watch a better game in the better environment, and that's my takeaway these days.